it in your bag for the day you looking bad as you wanna. Thought you had a man, I made a fat ass of some. Turning necks and pumping brakes. When that ass hit the function, it's time to go to work. Do the math, I'm a punching.
Yes, sir. We are back with another episode of the Interlude, man. I know who I am. My guy to the left of me.
I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all. What's going on, man? Again, like Jesse said, welcome back to the Interlude, and man, it's been a time since we've personally been here getting this out, so this feels good. This feels great. The atmosphere is amazing. The lights and carrying on, so it's all a vibe. But yeah, October, pretty much with that. Yeah, that's all of that. There's so much happened.
Spooky season.
Tell me about it. A lot. A lot has happened. A plethora of albums have been released this month by some relatively. I'd say you got a lot of. It was a lot of B-tier drops. I would say.
You call it any surprise drops that you were surprised happened?
No, because anything that was a surprise, kind of like we knew it would have been coming around this time, so it might have been a surprise in general. I mean, I don't know what I wasn't surprised by anybody dropping for real. Like nobody kind of came out the blue for me. Like, oh.
I think the only person that I was probably like, oh, this nigga's dropping an album was Bryson Tiller.
I was gonna say Bryson was the only one, but like I feel like we knew something was gonna happen. We just didn't know when. He kind of just came out the blue. Speaking of which, I think we can start there because that literally was like that first weekend of the month when like 6 projects dropped. That day, that was actually ridiculous for music, but it was.
Trump called COVID, you know, good music drop. It was amazing. So
I don't know if Trump really got COVID, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay, that's neither here nor there. The point is, so to Tiller's album, though. So people don't like Tiller album, and I don't really know why.
Everybody needs to get out of this idea that Bryson Tiller is going to sound like fucking trap soul.
It's not going to.
The era is gone. It's like what you heard then is what you heard then is different. Like coming to the now, like that shit's 5 years old. Me personally, I like the anniversary.
I like it a lot.
It was some fresh music from him. The topics of what he's like, the subject was what he's talking about. It's still in the lane of Bryson Tiller, but I don't think if me personally, if we got another trap soul, I just would have been like, oh, okay.
I think the thing is though, like Anniversary is very much made in the image of trap soul. I mean, almost literally from the album cover, it's made in the image of trap soul. So I think people just want the feel of trap soul.
I mean, but at that time, like music was for all of us, we were relatively of age of people that's listening to this. It's a different time and age and shit like that.
I mean, I would imagine most of us would have been in college by then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And hearing trap soul when it came, it was just like, oh yeah, this is a burst of something new, nigga. Like,
and it was the first time we really heard the genre. Like that was when the genre was created, and I think more people. I think the expectations were raised because it went from, okay, we want another trap soul, and then we got True to Self, trash. It's True to Self is trash. This has been established already. What we arguing here?
It's decent to me. It's
trash. Decent?
It's decent.
How?
It's decent. I like my select few songs from the tape.
Select few? Yeah. It's not even memorable.
You got it.
It's not memorable.
You got it. I'm just leaving.
Okay, nonetheless, True to Self in no way obviously compared to Trap Soul. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where a lot of people felt like there was a drop off, if you will. But with Anniversary, I feel like people just have never given him the not fair shot, but it's like they almost
it's exactly that.
It's they don't give a shot.
They don't want to hear Bryson Tiller sound like anything else but trap soul, and that doesn't help an artist grow. It doesn't help them evolve. Like everybody instantly like, oh, this shit is trash, and I'm just trying to find the misses of where the shit was trash at, because that shit hit.
Yeah, no. I mean,
am I saying it was better than trap soul? No, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't think he's gonna top trap soul though.
And that's perfectly fine. As long as you keep making good music and putting out good music, it's just like.
I think, well, also I'm saying this is fine in the context of Tiller making it very clear that making music is not really his number one priority.
We've all known this.
So since it is not, and since he's made that very clear, there's no point in really expecting or wanting anything more from him. Like,
you gotta realize this.
He about to start gaming.
Exactly. He about to do the shit Logic did, to retire and go to gaming. Like, simply, I put it like this: an artist like Bryson Tiller, because like as we would say, the genre trap soul, when that was the first time we heard it. When you have that on your resume, on your career resume, it's like, do I really have to do more? Like, niggas know how he was.
It could be argued that yes, you do, but I mean, you don't. Like, that's still up to you as the artist. It's about what you want. It's about what you feel like. What do you want the final say to be? You control that.
And
but he don't. I feel like he don't care.
I feel like when you got guys like, let's say Frank Ocean, that does shit like that, like, niggas know how I'm coming. I really don't have to do more. Not saying Bryson and Frank Ocean are in the same category. That's not what I'm saying. But when you have some credit to your music resume, you can do shit like that.
So you saying that, like, if Frank didn't drop again, like, we should be fine?
No, I'm not saying shit like that.
I'm just
feeling
saying.
like if Frank never drop again, you can pull up to that nigga house and figure out what the fuck the problem is. Like, if that ever happens.
I was just making sure. I was understanding the reference and the comparison. That's all. I was making sure we was on the same page.
Not at all.
But yeah, no. Tiller was a. I think it was a great job. At least it was a part of a great job in general, in my opinion, on that day to start the month off. I mean, that same day, Savage Mode 2 dropped. We're gonna get more into that.
Metro!
We're gonna get more into that. Lord, I know he posted the video. I still don't know how to say the man name. How you say the man name? Giveon. Okay, cool. Giveon dropped his EP, 4 songs.
It was amazing.
It was solid. It was 4 songs. It was 4 songs. But it was good. It was cool.
That was a great 4 songs.
Larry June, and Harry Fraud.
So I know you're probably gonna get on my ass for this, but I haven't had time to sit down and listen to Larry June and Harry Fraud.
Hey, listen, that's on you, brother. That's your prerogative.
So tell me, from your perspective, how's it take?
I mean, Larry June is an acquired taste. I feel like I've just accepted that, and I don't think that he necessarily really aspires to be anything else. But I say acquired taste in the sense that, like, I think vaporwave in general as a genre, as a subcategory of rap, is already kind of an acquired taste, because you heard a lot of split opinions on people like Dom Kennedy and Currency. Like, it's always kind of Primo. It's like you just kind of you mess with it or you don't. Like, it's not too many people that's like, that's just generally good music. It's usually a split. So I feel like that's kind of where he falls in that realm too. But the tape in general, I mean, I think it's a typical Larry collab tape. It's a typical Larry tape. Like, he doesn't give you too much that's different. But if you fuck with what he give you, then you gonna always enjoy it. He one of them type of rappers. Like, he not gonna switch it up. He not gonna experiment. But like, if that's your type of music, you're probably gonna be good with everything he dropped. So that's how I feel about it. I didn't hear too many people who are fans of him say they didn't like it. Let's see, Gun dropped. Westside Gun dropped. Who Made the Sunshine?
A lot of people do not like his rap style, but
I think his voice just takes a while to get used to.
It takes hellas to get used to. I mean, shit, for me, it took me hellas to get adjusted to motherfucking Gucci. It took me hella to get adjusted to Boosie. Yes. I mean, it took hella folks to get adjusted to Kevin Gates before motherfuckers just out of nowhere was Kevin Gates fans.
That's very true. I don't even think it's still that many people that's Kevin Gates fans, for real.
I know a lot of niggas is Kevin Gates fans.
They bandwagon Gates fan though?
I think it's both, bro. Cause niggas, you know how niggas be like, I was listening to this nigga. You wasn't, bro.
No, you weren't.
You sat down one day, went through his catalog, and discovered like, okay, the nigga was like that before he got like that. Like,
I'll put it like this: if you in our age group, if you 24, 25, and you wasn't listening to Gates in high school, then you haven't been up on Gates since he been out. Like, he's been around for some time, and he's always been able to flow. So I get it. People get put on to people later, but if you got put on late, just put on late. Like, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine if you want to listen to every artist the minute they drop. Like, that's rare for a lot of people. And then I think so. The last project that got dropped that same day was YG's tape, and we was just talking about that. His last 2 tapes. So the one he dropped after, like 2 months after Nip died, and then this one have been they've been amazing. Honestly, they've been great tapes, and they've been him. I feel like experimenting with a sound that is still very West Coast, but it's way more polished than a lot of his previous.
And that's what I was about to say.
Previous,
I feel like YG is coming from a place of like a lot of self-reflecting. He's not from his first. When YG first enters the game to where he's at now, you can definitely see it. It's like, okay, I know I'm at this state. Let me give a little game. Let me still talk my shit. Let me self-reflect. You know what I'm saying? I think when you can see that evolution of an artist and they don't stay in that one-dimensional realm of like this is what I'm getting on an album. Like I'm talking about this shit, and like street shit and just that. Then it's just like, all right, nigga, like we get the like I say for instance, I'm not gonna sit down and listen to a full tape from a nigga that's part of the internet baby era. Like you gonna pick up.
Bro, give them niggas a chance, man. Stop calling them internet babies and just writing them off. Some of them is alright.
That's an internet baby nigga, right?
Bro, some of them is alright.
Trippie Redd is definitely alright. Uzi's alright.
Trippie Redd is not an internet baby. That's disrespectful to say that.
What?
That's not the same. That's not the same. That's not the same.
Not an internet baby?
I don't believe so. Because are you calling Baby and Gunna internet babies too?
They're definitely internet.
That's not the same, bro. And I'm not to say one is better than the other. So that's not the same lane, bro.
Label the niggas that you call internet
babies. Internet babies to me is your Gunna, Key, like all of those. Like those are like internet babies to me. Like people that came up in the internet era.
So
While Trippie did, I feel like Trippie's style is different because I feel like at least in every conversation we've had, internet babies has related strictly to like
the flow of
rap niggas. Okay. And in my opinion, and Trippie is too diverse to be put in that realm of internet babies. That's why I say I wouldn't put him.
I say like this. He came into the wave of niggas with internet babies, but Trippie, like, once you heard his sound, it was like, when like he came in, like, niggas grouped him as an internet baby.
But like Trippie X, them type of niggas, like that's
but
like
their sound was nothing that we was expecting.
I don't even know if we really gave them a subgenre, honestly. Mm-hmm. I feel like I heard like emo rap maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because Juice WRLD would be
Juice WRLD, yeah, like emo rap. So it's like that. It was a different lane. But because of that. Internet babies, like especially from our last episode, I think internet babies sounds more like that mumble rap. Like that's the association I make.
Okay.
Because I mean that's the context we said.
Because let's say it like this: before the term internet baby, when we was using nigga, it was mumble rap. Mumble rap niggas was the Uzi Verts, the motherfucking niggas would try to consider Chief Keef and part of mumble rap.
I thought that's drill. He wouldn't be in mumble.
I know
mumble started with like
couple few niggas would try to say he did.
There's a couple few niggas.
There's a couple niggas that hate Keef. I don't know why, but
nah, cause Keef was definitely. I mean, I feel like a lot of rappers generally like from Chicago are naturally just drill rappers, but mumble rap, I feel like that started with Uzi for real, like Kodak. Like, I feel like that era. Would you put Thug as like the Thug definitely started mumble rap, but I think everybody could agree that Thug has evolved into more. I think everybody could say that. I definitely remember Thug. I got a question about Thug. I want to ask you, but I want to keep getting through some of these releases. So I also have people like Star. Like I didn't listen to them, so I don't know how the projects are, but I want to announce that they dropped. So Black Boy JB dropped. I wonder how that tape is. I'm not intrigued, but
anybody in here listen to the Black Boy JB tape?
I highly doubt it.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see, Famous Dex. I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have just to give it a try. Yeah, just to give it a try. I'm interested to see where his sound will go. Did not know Papoose dropped. I'm not a huge Papoose fan, so I didn't have like a desire to go listen.
I seen it, but it was just like it was just that. It wasn't the desire.
Homeboy from TDE, Reason, finally gave us another album.
The debut album, actually.
The technical debut, yeah.
The technical. Yeah. This tape was and this tape when I listened to it, and it took me, I say on my third listen to realize like the perspective he was rapping from in this, like we talking about a nigga that was rapping about how he started off from getting the deal to because he's always been, even when he went to the Dreamville camps, like nigga, I'm trying to be the head nigga in TD, like fuck all that, like Reason is a competitive nigga that's trying to come for the top spot.
He's a competitor in rap,
and I think I love that so much. Like me and you always talk about this, and you don't get many niggas that's like that want to say I'm on the same label as Kendrick, but nigga I'm trying to take Kendrick.
You don't got niggas that want to compete in rap no more, bro. Nobody's competing. Everybody is, like we were saying last episode, like a lot of rappers, especially now, they doing it for money. Like they doing it. And there's nothing wrong for the check. And it ain't nothing wrong. Like if that's how you want to get your money, and you can, and it's not like the music is bad, so it's not saying that. But if that's what you in it for, then cool. But niggas like Reason, I just feel like they come from a different era. Like even when you think about it, Reason been rapping for how long? He just didn't get signed or blow up till recently. But him, Jid, like Kaz, they all in the same realm or family of like rappers that came like
They
they were starting to rap when what we consider that 2010 class of like Cole, Sean, Wale, as they were blowing up and like their careers.
Those were the niggas that they was looking
Those niggas they was looking up to, and they were rapping around that time. Like they were, I would imagine all of them was like, you know, teenagers around that time and seeing that. So that's the era they still come from, and then you starting to see that now. Like they are a group that's keeping, I think,
they're keeping us
real
interested
rap.
in hip-hop.
Yeah, real. I would say real rap. You know, in technical terms, alive. But no, I think it was amazing. It was an amazing tape. We both talked about Windows Cry. That song is ridiculous. But I think it's an amazing tape. I think something else he mentioned too. So when he was on the Joe Budden podcast, he said that his album was supposed to drop in March, but COVID happened. So then the album was supposed to drop in July, but then that's when all the Black Lives Matter stuff happened. So then that's why it got pushed back even more to when it released in the middle of October. And that put into perspective the fact that, one, we more than likely not getting Kendrick this year. I'm going to just go ahead and accept that. And two, that if that is what happened to him, I'm thinking about all the other, like, actually, like, artists that had to push everything back.
Because you know how TDE do. One nigga drop.
I'm not even talking about just TDE. I'm saying in general. Like, I'm
just all music in general.
If that's the time frame, that reason, we talk about a rookie relatively in rap. If that's the timeline he was put on, imagine artists who are way more strategic and intentional with their releases.
We were supposed to get a Drake album this year. Originally.
I feel like if COVID doesn't exist, we probably got a Drake album in the summer, no later than now. Like, absolutely no later than now. If COVID don't happen. Because Drake wants to tour. Drake has to tour. So he's not going to drop an album and not be able to tour for
Kendrick got
the next
tour.
Unforeseeable future.
Cole got a tour. All the niggas that's like at the top.
That's why I argue I don't think we're getting another major release from like what they would probably consider the top 5 in this year. I mean, we already know Travis next year.
Fuck.
So the only two we was really waiting to see was Cole and Kendrick, but we doubt that's gonna happen. So it's looking like 2021.
I'm gonna be that nigga and say like, and this is not no Travis hate or anything. Like, no, don't start. This is not me hating on Travis Scott or anything. I'm just, you know, I'm never one for the big hype around his releases and all that shit. He makes great music. He's a great artist. I'm not hype. You know what I'm saying?
Not hype for what?
Damn.
You not hype about?
I'm just making a drop.
You just don't do it. You don't do it for you.
We do it here and there, but it's just I just don't see where. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been pulled into that realm. Maybe I gotta go to one of that nigga concerts and experience some shit like that. But
Okay. Put a pin in the releases for a second. So to my question, and this is my question about Thug too. So me and Black was having a conversation, and he was basically like, so in any profession, whether you want to talk about sports or whatever the case may be, there's usually at any given time a top 5, and a top 5 is like that's your top tier. That's usually people who are in their prime of right now. Because he started trying to compare it to football, and he made the statement that Brady, he was saying Tom Brady wasn't a top tier quarterback of right now. I disagree. Until he essentially explained what he meant is like top tier is like in a prime, like that's who you would take. And I said I'm still taking Brady over a lot of rappers, but I mean not rappers, quarterbacks. But what he was saying was when you look at like Mahomes, Jackson, if you want to throw Aaron Rodgers in there, like some will, and there's a lot of younger quarterbacks that are relatively in their prime that are probably, whether you look at ratings or stats, whatever the case may be, that they would probably make your top 5, and it don't take away from Brady being a great. He's just not a top 5 rapper right now, and he kind of compare Brady to Jay in that regard, or like So he said that like they gonna always have that respect and be known for what they known for, but as of right now, like this is not their prime.
Okay, so let me. All right.
So all that was to say, who's the top 5? Who's the top tier in rap
right now?
Today, right now.
You got Drake.
Yes, that's a given.
You got Thug.
I think Thug is in there. I think a lot of people would argue Thug. He would be 5 for me, but Thug would be in there for me.
You definitely, even with me just saying my sentiments, of course you got Travis. Like,
okay.
Just everything that he's rolling out. I believe you have Lil Baby. You got Lil Baby in there. I ain't gonna fake it. The year that he's had, as of right now, like I know there's a lot of people that's gassing like Lil Baby up to be like, this is his year. This was Lil Baby year, bro. I'm sorry. Look at me crazy. It was. And my fifth, I'm gonna have to say. That's right now. My niggas don't listen to him like that, but I'll stop right there. Who's your five? Cause you looking at me like
First off,
yes, Lil Baby had a great run. Did Lil Baby not have a great run this year?
This is your.
Okay, Baby.
You said
Baby
right now, right?
Right now, so
right now
is Baby in his prime right now? Are you taking Baby and wanting the album from him over?
Do I
other
see
people
Baby?
right now?
Do I see Baby being a fucking something 5 years from now? Fuck no. So am I gonna say right now is possibly the time for him? Yes. This is that window for him. Yes. Do you see Baby in 5 years being the name that he is right now?
This ain't even about Baby. So Kendrick not in the top 5?
Bro, he said it's like,
is Kendrick not in the top 5? If you talking rap right now, top 5 in they prime, skill, all them things considered, Kendrick not in the top 5?
he is in his prime, but it's like, okay,
So he not in the top 5.
we haven't got Kendrick music.
That's
bro.
not the
To
question.
me, that is relevancy for what's the question that you're posing for.
No.
We have gotten Drake features. We
got Kendrick features. We just got one. He just gonna bust the
bruh,
shit.
that shit was from 2012. That shit does not count.
Don't matter. We
Yes,
just
it
got it.
does,
We just
bro.
got it.
Bro,
It don't matter.
If it's not from now, nigga,
We
from the
just
past couple,
got it.
if it's
It
not from
don't
2019 to 2020, no, nigga.
We
like,
just hearing it.
When is the last time that you fully heard a fucking Kendrick Lamar
That
album?
doesn't matter.
It goes into the conversation
It doesn't
like
matter.
Kendrick is one of them default niggas. Like, yes, Kendrick is a top nigga in the game, but of right now,
He's
of
still
niggas
right now.
currently making music.
It's
that
not.
you
I didn't
hear
ask
when
that. I didn't ask currently making music.
bro,
That wasn't the question I posed.
Oh.
That wasn't the question I posed. I said who top 5 in
It's
rap right
a
now.
default.
It's not about
thing
making
for him,
music.
but it is a default thing.
If he was
for him.
default, why wasn't he in the top 5? That's all I'm saying. I'm confused. If he's default, why not in the top 5? You ain't name him.
I didn't even name Cole, but Cole's a top 5 nigga.
My point. That's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting at.
Those are defaults though. Like,
So Travis one default because we got features. He not default.
he's making music still.
It's not about
He's
It's not about making music right now. That's not what I'm asking.
Cole would be my 5th. There you go.
So Kendrick is still out.
Yeah.
You still putting Baby in because he's currently making music.
Yes.
Because the music he's made right now is better than the music Kendrick is making.
No, nigga. You people that are watching this, I've never said no shit like that.
You didn't say it. You implying it.
Nah,
You
I did
implying
not
it.
imply that. I did not imply that.
Because you changing my question.
No.
You said you made it about currently making music.
You literally just said because the music.
People in the room. What was my question? What was my
Better
question?
than what Kendrick put out.
What was my
Fuck
question?
that.
Phelan, what was my question?
No, ma'am.
Phelan, what was my question?
All he was
No,
saying was.
Phelan, what was my question?
All he was saying was, if that's the argument that Baby's only in because he's currently making music, his top 5 would technically have to change then because Cole's technically not currently making music.
He dropped 2 singles.
Currently
In
though,
the
he
diss.
dropped them in the beginning, like
In the dish.
beginning
No,
half.
and he dropped the dish that had motherfuckers shook up and
come
shit
on.
like that.
Now you calling that a diss?
Oh, here we go.
You
calling that a diss?
Here we go. A response.
I don't know.
A response.
diss?
I still think your top 5 would have to change.
He changed her bib. There the fuck you go. That's what she did. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The people are about to come for you.
What are you saying right
What they
now,
gonna
bro?
say? Read the room, nigga. I
just
don't
want you
care.
to know.
I don't
What
care.
are you saying right
Bro.
now?
Yes.
I asked you who's the top 5 in rap right now. That is not specific to who's making music.
Bro, that is incredible.
We're waiting on the Kendrick album, are we not? We're waiting on the Cole album.
Who's your
are we not?
top 5?
Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Travis, and Thug. That's why I was asking you where you was going with it.
Interesting. And the plot thickens.
Tell me them not the 5 most anticipated niggas to get music from.
I mean, based on his top 5, he clearly disagrees.
Are they not? Do you disagree with that?
So why didn't you pose your question like that? Who was it?
How'd I pose it?
Who's the top 5 niggas in rap right now? That's making music right now.
Who said making music? Who said making music? How you change the question right in front?
To me,
why for all these people to see? All these people to see. You asked the question right the first time.
For me,
then you changed
if you
it.
talk about for me, my ideology, if you say right now, nigga, I'm thinking of the nigga that had the fucking year of rap, nigga. Yes, Lil Baby's gonna be in that fucking conversation.
You didn't clarify that.
What
I didn't ask that question. That's not the question I asked.
The year of rap. Did he have the year of rap?
Was it the Baby?
Who the fuck talking about the Baby?
I'm just saying, did the Baby have the year of rap? Was it his year for rap?
I mean,
Because the
He talking about Lil Baby.
the streets would argue what? Continue.
Lil Baby or Meg would be, I think, the streets pick between the year of rap. I don't think,
Well, he's talking about Lil Baby. He's not talking about the Baby.
But as of right now, top 5, the streets would argue that, and that is a credible argument, my nigga. That's not the question. But that's the point that I was coming from. That's the point that I was coming from. Now, if you break it down,
that's not answering my question though.
Break it down.
That's not wrong.
If you break it down to how you said it as who's the most anticipated, you do take Lil Baby out of that conversation. Yes, nigga, you do. No, Lil Baby. You anticipating Lil Baby?
No.
Anybody in here anticipating Lil Baby album?
It's a very silent room.
But he had, and everybody also said he had a great year of music this year as well.
He had a great year of music. That still don't mean he's top 5 right now. Put it like this: if a rookie in the NBA has a great year, he coming up. Everybody know he gonna be around there. He got the potential to at least.
John Morant and LeBron. Let's just go talk about.
Okay, John Morant and LeBron. So you putting John Morant in the same league? He top 5 because he rookie of the year. John Morant top 5 in the league because he rookie of the year. I'm glad you said that. That's a perfect question, Jesse. John Morant top 5 because he rookie of the league.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
My God.
So to your point, what you just said, Lil Baby had a great year in rap, right? But that's not what my question was.
Is he not one of the hottest niggas around right now?
I didn't ask about the hottest niggas.
No, nigga.
I didn't ask about the hottest niggas.
Dude.
Top does not mean hottest. Top does not mean hottest. Top tier does not mean hottest.
If you're hot, are you not the nigga that's in the conversation for top 3?
Top 3?
Top 3, top 5? Top 3, top 5. If you are not a nigga,
Jesse.
If you are not
Jesse.
hot,
Cut it. Just cut it. Don't make no goddamn sense. You
dying
just
on the hill. But I did put J. Cole in there, so I gotta get my dog that. You know what I'm saying?
okay. This is the last thing I say. I promise. I ain't gonna say no more. I promise. I ain't gonna say no more. So I posed the question: who's the top 5 in rap right now? You assumed that to mean that I was talking about hottest or who's currently making music or whatever the case may be. Absolutely not. It's not about default or not. My question didn't play to who's making music right now. I said who's top 5 in rap. Or better yet, I should say who's your top 5 rappers. Would that have made a difference to you? What's the difference in the question? If they're not the top 5 rappers, would that not be right now?
That's how it was posed.
I'm asking how was it posed to where the assumption was made that it was about right now?
You said it right now.
And then you said making music, which was never a part of the question.
That nigga's a little bit. I think the anger stems from people that are watching this. The anger stems from that I didn't put Drake. J. Cole.
You did put
Kendrick.
You put Drake. Because you already agreed that's the top 5. You already agreed that that's the top 5.
The anger stems from that I slipped Lil Baby in there. This is where you seen this rage come from, Mr. Steve. Okay?
Because he's not a top 5 rapper.
Of all them niggas.
No! What you saying? Of all what? I ain't say all time. Because that's a completely different question, is it not?
We gonna finish this October
It
list, nigga.
absolutely is. Let me tell you.
My point exactly.
Most of them went and cracked the whole time. Especially the Baby.
My point.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
But if you literally, any nigga that's watching this and you would have said right now, a nigga would have been like, yeah, I'm thinking of Lil Baby. Yeah, a nigga would have thought that. Yes, bro. Yes. If I ask you to name 5 niggas, top 5 niggas right now, who are you naming?
Stop changing the question. Stop changing the question.
Who are you naming?
The question I asked him, answer that.
Right now?
Gotta put Drake in there.
Gotta put Drake in there.
Thug.
Gotta put Thug.
I mean, you said Cole and Kendrick is default.
Nah, nigga, listen. Don't go off of what we talked about, all right? Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
I'm gonna put Lil Baby in there right now.
I'm sorry, nigga.
That's interesting.
Y'all going to, okay, but no. And this all I want. If Kendrick had currently dropped the album this year, if Cole had currently dropped the album this year, does that change?
Yes.
Okay then, that's a dumbass argument, and you know that. Cause you make about currently making music. You know that's bullshit. Cause that wasn't the question. It wasn't about if he's solely in it because he's currently making music. Is that why he's solely in it?
One more opinion. The question that was posed.
Right now.
Is that true?
Okay. Jesse, I do agree with you because of the way he posed the question. You said right now. So top 5 as in right now, I feel like that's gonna change. Like your answer is going to be different. Apart from when you're asking who your favorite rapper is.
No, because here's what's being ignored, and I get it. I get that you saying the way. No, listen. No. You said your point. You said what you said. You said the reason I asked the question.
You right.
So you said currently making music, and you just said if Cole had recently dropped music, or if Kendrick had recently dropped music, they'd be in top 5. So if you're going off of currently making music, that's not what I asked. If that was unclear, so be it. But once I cleared that up, don't say it's about right now. Because if he's not currently making music, that changes up.
Okay, so you're going off my point and I'm going off your point.
No.
Yes.
No, because my right now didn't mean currently making music. Because Kendrick is still in the rap game, right or wrong.
Specified though.
But I said it may have been unclear. But Kendrick is still in the rap game, right? Yeah. So he's still a rapper. Just because he's not currently making music doesn't mean he couldn't be top 5 right now.
I understand it, but in my head, like I literally just said what I went through. That's literally the idea of what I went through. Of course, nigga,
So I'm saying that's not the question.
We both understand, nigga, like that if them niggas was a drop, of course, all this hoopla and shit that we're talking, that shit goes out the window. Fuck it. But because of what was stated, I have to say yes, nigga. That's the point, the standpoint.
But when I clarified, but when it was clarified, because it was. Because it was clarified.
Before this camera rolled, I said I'm gonna down that fucking hill. I'm gonna have to down that hill.
So you say even with it clarified, he's still in there. That's all I'm asking. Because now you know the question I'm asking.
I'm going off of what you originally said. Yes. I'm sorry.
With the clarification.
What you originally said. That's what I'm going off of.
Because that's not the same question if you clarified on what it means now. So with it being clarified, and you know what I mean, is Lil Baby still in there?
You just want me just say you don't want him in there.
I'm asking you.
Just say you don't want him in there.
I already established he's not in there for me. I already established that.
That's all you have to say.
But I'm asking with the clarified question. You still going on my original question, which you have not, and you still haven't answered with the clarified question. It's a yes or no. Is Lil Baby still in there with the clarified question of what I'm asking?
Oh, Steve, you notice I said that. That's why I said the hoopla and shit goes out the window.
It's not about hoopla. You still missing my point.
What do you want me to say? Yes, Steve, you was right. Like,
thank you. That's all I wanted. Because you answered my question. You never answered my question. Once it was clarified, you still never answered the exact question. Once it was clear.
So basically, you just after you clarified your question up, you just didn't want Lil Baby to be in the conversation.
I was asking you. Once I clarified,
you wanted me to say.
You established that you thought of it one way.
This is what you wanted me to say.
You established that you thought of it one way.
You wanted me to say.
You established
after you clarified it up, Lil Baby is still in there. That's what you wanted me to say. I want you to
say yes or no. I'm asking yes or no. Because you already said that it changes. So I was asking, with the clarified question, is he in there, yes or no? And you kept falling back on the original question. I got that. Once it was cleared up. But once it was cleared up, what was the answer? That's what you keep avoiding.
I told you the answer.
So he's not. And then the top 5 would be what? The 5 that we agree on or that we all said? Is that what it would be?
Possible. We're not going to have the same top 5, bro.
I don't want to. You're not giving your top 5 to my question.
So you want me to, it's Drake, Kendrick, Cole. Me personally, I'm going to slide Meek in there. And motherfucking, actually, I'm going to take Meek out, put Future.
See how different the list is? See how different the list is?
And put. See
how big different the list is?
And put.
That's crazy. I was a crazy
I'm
one.
gonna put Thug. You know what I'm saying? If you
said, did you say Thug?
I did.
I was just make sure.
I finished off on Thug.
Okay. So that was your 5.
That was my 5.
So you understand?
For the
For
the clarified question, but for the original,
Phelan,
y'all
how long
heard
I've been asking for the answer to the clarified question?
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. We gonna keep moving. No ma'am.
I just need somebody else in the room to say it. How long I've been asking for the clarified question?
It's been a while, but it's fine.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
It's fine.
That's all I was asking. Cool.
It's fine.
We will go back to the October releases.
We are here now.
Thank you, choir. That's all.
Reason
I
had a
was
great album.
He surely did.
That's what
he
we gonna
surely
say.
did. Benny did too.
Benny had an amazing
No,
album.
real talk. Benny did have an amazing
Amazing
album. He did have
album.
an amazing album.
That joint was.
Is that the best Griselda drop?
Best
Think so?
of this year?
Yeah.
Of course.
Think it was too mainstream?
I don't think a lot of niggas paid enough attention to it. Niggas.
I mean mainstream sound wise, sonically.
Yeah,
You think it was too mainstream?
not too mainstream.
I liked it. I liked the way it sounded.
I think the production of it was amazing for where it's at, and I want to.
Hit Boy was that one too,
Yes.
right? That nigga having an ear.
I need the if, and I know because Griselda is talking about this, like we may be done soon type shit, which
think all of them done?
I don't want that to be the case.
I don't think Benny not done.
But
if anything,
it comes to the point like niggas, you know, a lot of niggas they try to hit you with the I'm about to retire shit, so niggas try to soak up in a lot of their music and shit like that. I just hope that the way these niggas rap and the way they talk, if a nigga like them say, "Oh, I'm retiring," niggas is about to be done, bro. But I hate to say that because of where they coming now into music and how like me and you caught on to them, and then like everybody else, it's like, damn, bro, give us more. This is what we need. Feed this shit to us.
I think, but if I'm Griselda, I'm also kind of like, well, shit, music ain't about that no more. And if they get fulfillment from just doing that, and they no longer getting it, you can, as much as we want the music, it's like they're only getting so much from it. Like they only benefiting so much from it, music being made within the confines of like the industry and how it gets distributed and shit. So I feel you. I definitely want Griselda to stay around. I think regardless, I think Gunn is just the only one that's gonna retire. I think he's gonna take more of an AR role anyway, which he's already in. He's already in, so that's fine. But I don't think Benny's done. Also, who is Benny signed to? Benny signed to somebody else.
I'm not. Totally
it's not just Griselda, and I'm not even sure if it's Shady. I think he's signed to somebody else.
Gotta get the Carfax on this.
But I don't know if it's like information that's out for real though. I don't think it's because Budden and them was talking about it. He signed to somebody that they didn't name on purpose.
Is it?
So I think because they were saying how somebody fumbled the bag with him, basically.
It was.
So I don't know what deal he got. Because Griselda signed to Shady, but I don't know if that's how Benny set up.
Yeah.
What?
They all.
He signed to somebody else.
So it says he's signed.
He got a deal with somebody else.
The whole Griselda signed a deal with Eminem, Shady, and a subsidiary of Interscope. He also signed a label deal with Entertainment One Music, which is, I guess that's
somebody.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say somebody, whoever it was. They didn't name him, so I wasn't sure. But somebody fumbled the bag with him, apparently. Whatever that looks
Niggas
like.
do that a lot in rap.
Nah, most
Niggas
definitely.
do that
So
a lot,
but
right?
Benny, they got a lot of people saying Benny album of the year. What you think?
From what we've heard in 2020, fuck it. Like I
Undoubtedly.
probably not undoubtedly. There's like if we go back and pull the list of because I'm gonna be 100 right now off the top. I can't just be like, no, this is outbeat it just for me personally off the top. But if we sit down and pull a list and I sit and replay them takes, then I know like you just said it's definitely top 5. And I agree with that.
I think it's hard because I think it's gonna end up on preference. Because what's the difference in Benny album and Freddie album?
Oof.
Like what's the huge? There is no huge difference. It's really about preference at that point. They talking about the same shit essentially.
That shit was nasty. Alfredo was.
So it's preference, but nonetheless, I'm glad we got something from Benny. We supposed to get something else from Gunn for the year up.
Mm-hmm. How you feel about Conway? Like, you a big fan of him?
I'm not a huge fan of Conway only because I just haven't got a chance to sit down and listen to him. I want to listen to him because I want to.
If you like Benny, I'm sure you're gonna like Conway, and he's.
That's what I've been told. So like, I don't think I'm gonna dislike him because I don't think I'm gonna dislike anybody within Griselda, but. Yeah, Benny's definitely up there for sure. Definitely glad we got that. Again, like I said, Hit Boy been on a tear too. Party Next Door dropped off Party Pack. A couple of old songs.
Church and Rugs, you know.
finally got purchased on streaming services.
That was nice. That was nice.
I think people enjoyed relatively quote unquote new music from Party.
Do you think that people enjoyed this more than the actual album he dropped?
I doubt that. I feel like a lot of people split on the album though. The album's not bad. It just don't got replay value for me. Like I still
Do
don't.
you
agree.
feel like you got a force to tape on you instead of the songs genuinely coming to you? Like,
Yeah.
damn, I want to listen to this.
Yeah, you gotta be. Party didn't get nobody new. I say that. You had to be a long time Party fan to appreciate the album.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
It's cool. I still disagree with your point of saying he top tier in R&B. That's low. I don't want to ask you no more top fives. I ask you no more top fives. Your girl, she came with Sell Soul too. Dej Loaf. Was you?
Definitely didn't sit down and listen to it.
That's messed up, bro. You was definitely in the chat in your chest when somebody said something about Dej Loaf.
Listen to this. Listen
Nah,
to this man.
nah, you
listen
tried
to
to
this
play
man.
me, so now I gotta
Listen to this man.
Tried to play me.
Nah, actually,
Nah.
just because of my schedule. But I told myself earlier today, I was like, sometime this week I'm gonna sit down and listen.
It's
to
not. It's not bad.
It's not.
It's not horrible. I don't know what I was
So
expecting
you-
or if I was expecting anything.
Does that cause you to retract your statement of what you said?
About what?
Man, it was me and Black here. I don't know if that was here, but you
What's
was
that?
like. He was like, she fade, like, not so much that she fades out, but the sound that she gave, it doesn't make her anything like memorable.
Hell no, I don't retract that statement. I'll tell you, this album didn't change that. I'll tell you that.
So did this album sound like the original work?
It sounded like Dej Loaf. Which is fine. Like, she
So
has
it was
her
nothing. It
pocket.
was nothing refreshing from it.
Nah, like I didn't hear nothing new. Like literally as I went through the album, there are standout songs, there are definitely standout feature verses for sure. But in terms of her presenting something or bringing something that made me see her in a different light or made me feel like she could really kind of take a place back in music that is substantial, I didn't feel that at all. And again, I just look at certain artists in that capacity. Like with her, because I don't think she's like, you can evolve as an artist and your music can be different, but it doesn't necessarily mean that like you kept up with the times. So I think if you appreciate Dej Loaf, like you can appreciate her personal growth from project to project, but I still don't think she is in any real conversation about necessarily being either the pioneer of a trend per se now, or having some type of stance where it's like she's remembered for leaving some type of substantial impact on a genre or on a recent era within like the last, I think, 5 years, however long ago First Sell Soul was.
Okay.
But that's I mean, it's a lot. I feel like I look at all artists like that because you can't look at every artist's project the same and make the same comparisons. But not a bad project though. This is the project I really want to talk about. It's Ty Dolla $ign project. So were you able to sit down and actually listen to it, get through?
3 songs.
You only like 3 songs, or you only listen to 3 songs?
Listen to 3 songs. Scheduling, bro. I just.
I feel it.
I've been
I hear it.
working.
I hear it. Did anybody? Okay, well I know actually everybody. Well, have you heard the full album, Ty Dolla $ign?
I've been giving it a listen here and there.
Okay, I know all 3 of y'all heard the full album
A couple times.
a couple times.
Oh,
okay.
It's like that.
I like it.
I like what I heard so far.
So
I got 2 yeses, 1 no.
yeah, so it's not. Here's my thing. It depends on what kind of Ty Dolla $ign fan you are. To me, because I feel like it's not Free TC, and it's not Beach House, and not that any album is supposed to be the same. But I was expecting something on the level.
Fuck.
I was expecting something on the level of Free TC.
Because Free TC was.
Fire, right? And I think people don't credit Ty enough for being able to do that kind of music. And so it sounds more similar to Beach House in the frame of
Which Beach House? Beach House 1 or 2?
3. Sorry, 3. The album, the one from 17.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of Beach House, but Beach House was way more feature heavy and way more poppy, for lack of a better term. And this is what this album sounds like.
So there wasn't no standouts that gave you the Free TC.
It was
or the first Beach House.
He got no.
First 2?
He no. Ty got standouts. He ain't no Ty album without a hit. That's not a thing. But it sounded like he took a lot of songs he would have done like as features or songs that would have been meant to be singles and hits and put them together for an album. It sounds cohesive. He made it sound cohesive. But as far as like what he got into, like he has standout tracks that are like, if you took these tracks and paired them with like 6 other tracks that are of this caliber, this shit's amazing. Like he got 2 Kanye features on there. He got a Kehlani feature. He got a Janae feature.
It was coming on there, like
and both the girls did their thing. Like them songs like were fire. So it's like he got standouts, but as a co-he like you know.
But him and Janae is like
they damn near
collab. A lot of motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. Like
they Shaggy Kobe,
that shit
bro.
crazy. Like
they don't miss. I mean Ty don't miss on a lot in general, but they as a pair don't miss at all. It was so the interesting thing about Ty so it's 25 songs, but it's still an hour long. So somehow he was able to keep it within an hour, which still makes it. It still makes it listen like you can. It's still something that you like. Alright,
nigga, that's almost 30 songs.
I know, but he got a couple interludes in there. You know, a couple little short joints. So it's because I was like, because when I saw the track list, I'm like, bro, this album like an hour and a half. I'm gonna be pissed. But it ended up being an hour, so I'm like, it still worked out. Interesting enough, again, in the Joke Button podcast, apparently. He has an album that like the industry knows about, that like nobody else knows about. That's like fire. That's damn near like people saying like
we gotta ride on this nigga, bro. We got
and I'm like, and the thing is, I know they probably not lying. I know Ty got something left away, but again, back to the point of when people releasing their music, Ty may not have a reason if he's sitting on that and it's that. He may not have a reason to release that right now.
Not this.
But why give us that right now if he's not gonna be able to fully, maximize it. So I'm like, if he want to tour, if he want to really be able to like make it.
But the risk with that is so hard because niggas leak shit every day. Like, so what happens when a nigga do leak your shit?
I don't know.
Because I'm not gonna be a nigga that's gonna get that back. You leak it, man.
I'm definitely not giving you a leaked album back. This on the internet. I'm sorry, bro.
It's mine.
Sorry. Should have been better.
Hey,
shit. Should have told you. But yeah. So that was Tied Outside. That was. Last weekend, what was it? What else was last weekend? Xavier Omar. Did you listen to that?
Nigga, you know I did.
Okay, you ain't listened to the other two. I just want to make sure.
Hey, I just
want to make sure. But no, listen.
That was amazing.
Been a fan for some time, but he came for sure. And I'm assuming that most of our listeners are fans or at least aware of Xavier Omar, but
this is a good start. Man.
It's a great start, and working your way back, you will not be disappointed. But no, he definitely came. I think it's about 11 tracks. I think it fell in that 30 to 40 minute round somewhere in there.
30.
But very very solid, very refreshing, especially not from that weekend like it was bad, but you got like 3 different styles. So I think that was dope. Let's see. Then we get to this weekend as we wrapping up October. So. I know somebody in the room is gonna be excited about this album, but WizKid dropped his album. You didn't get a chance to listen, you didn't. Fire. That's all I'm gonna say. that shit.
I'm gonna have to sit down and listen to it.
That shit is pure flames. And just from I'm not too deep into it. I don't know as much about it, but from what I've heard from like people who are really into Afro beats and like that community, this is an album that sounds completely different from a lot of his previous work, and it's an album that like. It's still from my listen, like it's very true to obviously the Afrobeats roots, but it's mainstream enough to make you listen to it and be intrigued, even if you aren't like a Afrobeats fan. So definitely one of them. I already know how you feel about Shorty, but Ariana Grande dropped her project past weekend as well. So you solely have a thing. Not against her maybe, but you just got your feelings about her solely based in part to what, Mac? Is that it? Like is there any musical reason why you don't like her?
She's a great singer.
So you just not a fan.
It's just one of those things, like I look at it like this. You know how I'm gonna use this analogy. Niggas know LeBron is great, but niggas gotta hate on them just because. I'm not saying I'm hating on her, but because of that little thing, I'm gonna keep my little personal love vendetta of whatever that was. I'm a big Mac fan, so it's just one of those.
So I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But in your comparison for LeBron, let's say this. When you say there are people that legitimately hate on LeBron just to hate.
I respect that nigga now. I mean,
fair. No, what I'm saying is like, but also some people have very specific reasons for, if not hating on LeBron, not giving him credit per se. So so in that comparison, would you say that you just kind of like you respect art? Like obviously she's a great singer, great vocalist, but you just kind of feel like, look, I stand where I stand. This was one of my favorite artists. From what I know about A, B, and C, I didn't like how this went down. So is it more similar to maybe how people treat Jay as it pertains to me? That's fair. And I feel like you originally, as a fan, like you have that right.
Yeah, you gonna grow out of it.
Like, you would hope. So are you gonna grow out of it and become an artist fan again, or are you gonna become a fan in general?
I'm gonna just be like, oh, that was a nice listen.
So you don't think you ever gonna see her be like, yo, look, man, Ari, she that girl?
Nope.
Do you think Ari could transition into R&B and really take over that genre, or do damage? That might be a better way to say it.
She'll be. And the only reason why I say that because.
So you saying no?
I'm gonna put it like this. Okay. I'm gonna put it in technicalities. The way the industry is set up, they wouldn't allow that to happen.
You don't think so?
They wouldn't allow it to happen because you won't. Who do you got leading the charge in pop? You don't got fucking Taylor Swift no more. You don't have Katy Perry no more. Like it's her time to be that face for pop. And I know as much as people try to hate on Lizzo, she's a black woman. So at the same time, they're not gonna let Lizzo run the face of pop. And because of so many other different things that go into the character of who Lizzo is, like she had her run to, of course she had laughs and people saying whatever, but and on some real true shit. Yeah. The industry is not gonna let a black woman run the face of what pop is unless you are Beyonce or other motherfuckers that came before. But whereas right now, pop is Ariana Grande.
So you would say Ariana Grande is the face of pop, and you would consider B to be what then?
I would consider B. B is, and I know these are like controversial comments. B is like she's conquered everything, so I can jump back and forth between R&B and pop. Like
that's fair. I was gonna say like if you, I feel like she's honestly one of the faces of music. If we being completely honest, so that's fair. I just want to be sure, but I get that about Ariana. I just somewhat, I wouldn't say became a fan, but I just more so got hip to listening and being more aware and giving an ear.
So how recent does she drop music? Like is this because I've seen a lot of
every year
behind this tape.
Art.
It's every year.
Every other year.
Yeah.
Every other year, just about in that realm.
She's consistent.
She's consistent. Cause she got what, 5, 6 albums?
6.
Okay,
so she got albums.
Let me pose this question.
She got albums.
If they fired her team, and we know who we talking about.
Please don't. Please, let's not do this. Let's not.
We're not. You said would she take over Ari if that happened?
Yes.
She'd be a close second. She
has the potential too. I will say that. She has
the full package.
She very much has the potential too, for sure. Yeah, no, that we don't even want to get into that.
Please don't.
Look, we gonna have family here looking like Q.
Hey, he gonna
be like Q from shit, Boys in the Hood, right nigga, air fighter.
Cause no, absolutely not. No reason,
bro.
No reason.
Man,
they are so dirty.
No, facts.
So
facts.
dirty.
Yeah, so then the last two big albums. So Busta dropped this past weekend. Busta dropped. He dropped the second part or the whatever you would call it. Not this. I mean, I guess
like, niggas be doing continuous.
Yeah, but like his dropped in '98 and he dropped in part 2 of it now, or the second version of it now. So there's that. But that's just real hip hop. Like he's still in great rap shape. Like that ain't in question. So if y'all got a chance, definitely check that out.
Please.
It's long. It is long. It's like an hour 15.
That's reasonable for.
But it's
from his time.
But it's Buzz, and he got a lot of different stuff in there. Like like he got a narration and a few other things. So but it's still Buzz. Like he's still very much in shape. And then the last one is Trippy. Trippy dropped this weekend as well. And Pegasus. And I don't know how many people.
I gotta sit down and listen to it, but I'm definitely.
I don't know how many people are huge Trippy fans. But if you are, you probably enjoyed this project. I know I did. If you aren't, then yeah. And then you should be. I definitely think listening to this album. It's a little long, but you can if you mess with Trippy or that kind of vibe, you can get with it. Don't want to forget Sam Smith also dropped the album. I was not able to listen yet. I'm extremely pissed. By the time y'all see this, I would have listened though. I'm going to say, I'm assuming that it's fire, so we're just going to go with that.
The emotions are present.
They're present? Okay. I'm already knowing. So that's bad. But man, no. So we got through a lot. We talked about a lot. We went through all October, debated a lot. That was fun. I feel like I made my point, and I feel like I won. So there's that. No, but nonetheless, man, we wanted to recap y'all in October how big of a month in music has been, and hope y'all catch up on all these albums that we talked about when y'all get a chance. Shoot, and until next week, next time, peace.
In your bag for the day, you looking bad as you wanna. Thought you had a man, I made a fat ass of some. Turning necks and pumping brakes. When that ass hit the function, it's time to go to